Hi everybody, Renegade68 here with some more Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth Prosecutor's Bath Blind. So last time, we came back to the future, and for a while everything was fun. It was great. I mean, I'm having more fun in the future even because, I don't know, I guess I prefer the future characters until the bestie and, what's her bitch showed up? I don't remember. Who she did? Justine. Yeah. Don't like her. I mean, I don't like the bestie either, but I don't think you're supposed to like the bestie. But Justine? Blech. Give me Lang back, please, because blech. Anyways, the bestie finally found out the name of the chemicals after we already just found out what they were first. But what's he got to say? He's probably going to say them wrong. Judge Courtney has already told us. We don't need to hear it again. Fine then, I'll cut to the chase. Ugh. You know that normalium from the poison gas is also used in paint, right? Today, out of everyone who visited the art gallery, the only one carrying paint was that artist. Okay. You're treating me as the culprit just because of that? I object to the red paint on the palette you're carrying. Hey, Edgy, don't you think this prosecutor is kind of an idiot? Yeah, definitely. And that's coming from you. Indeed. Although I've only known him for a short time, his logic is always absurd. Hey, don't ignore me! I'm important! It's alright, Sebastian. They're only doing it because they're afraid of you. No. Not in the slightest. Like the first star to appear at night, show us reasoning that shines the best. Couldn't you say, like the first star to appear at night, show us reasoning that shines so bright or something? To rhyme? I don't know. Like, as soon as I read at night and started reading the second part, I'm like, it's gonna end with bright, but then ended it with best. And you kind of ruined it, Courtney. You ruined it. The first star shines best? Not bad. Hey, you guys, better listen up too. Oh boy. Another fight with the idiot. Mr. DeBestie's shining logic. Hooray! That artist was the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best suspect. The poison gas was caused by normalium, a chemical found in paint, correct? As he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance. The paint, along with being the first witness... Wait, what? The paint, along with being the first witness. So the paint is the first witness, is what you're saying from that sentence. I guess it's a carryover from the last sentence, but I've already forgotten what it said. That's confusing. That pretty much proves he's the culprit. So, what do you think, Justine? Did I do good? We cannot ignore the possibility. That's all she says about it. It's not the best, it's a possibility. Well then, Mr. Artist, please tell us the truth. Did you leave red paint at the crime scene? Or else, did you cause the poison gas to go off? One thing I leave behind is my bond of love with you. That's right, this is the first time Larry's meeting Justine. Please watch what you say. Yeah. My gavel is already prepared to declare you guilty. Guilty of what? Oh, the crime. That's right. Are you sure it's not guilty of being a molester or something? Like, because that'd probably be more easy. Probably easier to catch him on that than anything else. Well, maybe not molester, but harasser anyways. Please pay no heed to this man's statements. He's a bit sexist. I gotta say, even though I don't like the characters of Justine and Sebastian, I wasn't thinking about it until just recently. These are also fan voices. They're really good. Sebastian and Justine, I think, are done really well. That's not to diss on Gregory too much. Just a little bit. But yeah, I like these voices a lot. It only dawned on me recently. Wait a second, these are also fan voices. Also Ray. I don't remember what Ray sounds like. I'd have to hear him again. He was kind of deep-pitched, wasn't he? Ignoring my reasoning just because it's flawless won't do you any good. Mr. Edgeworth, if you already admitted defeat, you should take your leave. Even though I don't really have the time to deal with your ridiculous reasoning, I'll defeat you nonetheless. Mr. DeBestie's shining logic. Arce was the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best suspect. What? Indeed, at first glance, this man seems suspicious. However, at first glance, with that first what's that first all of a sudden? Are you trying to steal my spot as the star that shines best? Oh, that's right, because the first star is the best. Yeah. Huh? Would that make me the best artist? Larry, don't make this any more confusing than it already is. Mr. DeBestie, continue your reasoning, now. The poison gas was caused by normalium, a chemical found in paint, correct? Yes, apparently normalium is used in many everyday products. Right, so the red paint is definitely suspicious. But it's in many products, so yeah. But it's also used in things other than paint, right? I guess you have a point. What do you think, Justine? That's right, normalium is also used in detergent, for example. In other words, it might not have been paint that caused the gas. That's not true! Let me finish my reasoning! What a whiner. As he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance. Okay, yeah. I think I mentioned something like this back in case 2. It's been a while, so I'm not sure if I did. But, I definitely thought it. This guy's either gonna end up being, like, the only way they can make him work in my mind, he's either gonna end up being A, an evil mastermind, like he was evil all along, kind of, or B, he stupidly solves the last case, like the last case in the game. There's gonna be some major problem that nobody can solve, but then he'll solve it, and they'll be like, how'd you do that? It's like, I don't know, I just thought about it, it made sense. It's like, oh my god, you're right, or something. I'm assuming it's the later, but if it's the prior, I wouldn't mind that either. I feel like it has to be one or the other. If they don't take him in either direction, then he's just gonna be a dumbass, and I doubt they do that. Anyways, as he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance. Even if paint is the cause of the poison gas, it does not mean he is guilty. Ah, well then, if the paint is not the cause, that doesn't mean he's innocent either. Now he's just trying to sound clever. He's right, though. Mimicking what Mr. Edgeworth says won't make you look cool at all. Okay, please, don't make my statement look bad. Now then, it's about time to wrap up my shining logic. My shining finger. My logic wrapped right around my finger. And my little, pointy waver thing. Paint, along with being the... As he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance, the paint. That's a typo! I found a typo! Yay! As he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance. The paint, along with being the first witness. That pretty much proves he's the culprit. Yeah, that's clearly a typo. Do you truly claim that Larry is the culprit based on just that? You got a problem with that? If you have a problem, then present evidence. I should probably point out, I haven't bothered to check for an update to the patch since starting this, Let's Play, so it's possible they noticed that typo and already fixed it in an updated version, but, meh. Show with evidence! Mr. Edgeworth, it looks like he really wants you to do that. Are you telling me I have to present on a statement that makes no sense? That'll be fun. I'll do as he wishes and present evidence. Seems he doesn't pay much attention to what other people are saying. There's a clear contradiction in Mr. DeBestie's logic. Why do you even bother making the phone call? I'll finish this quickly. This is a waste of time. Alright, so what are we doing? Artist was the first to discover the body, so... Now, the body. Even though the victim isn't dead this time. It's weird. The victim so naturally he's the best suspect. poison gas caused by normality co-found mirror. As he was carrying the paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance. And then this statement that makes no sense. The paint, along with being the first witness. That pretty much proves he's the culprit. That statement makes no sense. If we have to present to that, I don't even know, man. So, we need evidence. Let's recheck our evidence, we don't have much. Fatalium mixed with the red normality causes a chemical reaction. He hasn't even mentioned Fatalium. Traces that it was used before the police arrived was used to heat something. Okay, so let me look through these again. That arrest was the first to discover that artist was the first to discover the victim. Essentially, he's the best suspect. Nothing wrong with that. The poison gas was caused by normalium, a chemical found in paint, right? Well, it also had fatalium. Is it that simple? Wow. I didn't even consider that, probably because it's that simple. Mr. DeBestie, your logic is more akin to a shooting star than a shining star. It shines the best, like a shooting star, right? It may shine brightly for a brief moment, but then it burns itself out. The poison gas originated from inside the glass case of the Pisces sculpture. Exactly. So that's where the artist set off the gas, right? He used the normalium in his red paint. There's, two, dumbass. As your senior, let me give you one piece of advice. Listen to the explanations of others. The poison gas was caused by mixing both normalium and fatalium together. The normalium contained in the red paint is not enough by itself. You dum-dum. Justine, he called me a dum-dum! Really? I thought I heard that normalium caused the fatality. Nice! You know, I have no idea what that was like in Japanese, how the text read, but there was probably some kind of joke, like the second part of the poison sounded like death or something, and they had to fix it for English translation. I think they did a good job. I mean, I don't know for sure. I haven't seen the Japanese version. Maybe it was just one-to-one for all I know, but this seems like the kind of thing that could have easily been hard to translate, but it seems like they did a good job, assuming it's hard to translate. I don't even know. Don't tell me you just misheard the forensic report! Darn it! By the time Larry discovered the victim, the room was already filled with poison gas. It is time for you to realize how incapable you really are! Yay! What do you mean by incapable? You tried to use that word earlier, and you still don't know what it means? Wow. The bestie's dumb, but at least he's a fun kind of dumb. Justine's just dumb. You meant to say you were lacking in ability. Incidentally, inculpable has a completely different meaning. I actually don't know what that is. What is inculpable? I get it! You're making fun of me again, aren't you? Takes you that long to figure it out. Wow. I'm merely saying you were incapable in your investigation. Before you insult Sebastian, I still have some doubts about your own statement. I hate this fucking theme, because it associates with Justine. I don't like Justine. What kind of doubts? For all we know, Mr. Artist could have simply entered the Autumn Palace in an earlier time. That's... yeah, that's a simple fact. What does that have to do with anything? Moreover, do you have evidence that the red paint is unrelated to the case? No, but you don't have evidence that it is related to the case, so circle logic. Most important thing now is not the red paint. The red normalium and the white fatalium. Exactly how are these two substances mixed? I believe that is our main concern. Have we seen anything white yet? Let me remind myself. It's got red... Yeah, the white fatalium, red normalium. I don't think so. Maybe the fluorescent cloth has something to do with it. Because it can be shown different colors, right? So maybe there's some kind of trick going on? I don't really know what the connection would be, but I don't know, maybe somehow. Naturally. It was Sebastian's job to investigate that, and he fucked up. Not that I'll say it, because I'm his fucking mother or something. Were it not for your interference, we would have found that out by now. Oh, blaming others. Excuses. I never intended to interfere. On the contrary, I'd like to cooperate. Don't tell me you're gonna say you know the cause of the poison gas. We all... yeah, of course we do. Don't we? Wait, okay. So, the cause is normalium and fatalium, but also... probably the gas burner has something to do with it. How the poison gas started. I have something that may shed some light on the matter. Sebastian, do not fall for his bluff. I'm not Phoenix. I don't bluff, bitch! Come now, it's fine, really. Let's hear what he's come up with. Yes. If you say so, Sebastian, why the fuck do you listen to him? Is his father, like, is his father your boss or something? And you gotta do what he says? Are you whipped? Like, why the fuck do you go along with him? Come on, show us! How did the poison gas start? Can you see this piece of evidence? It has traces of the... oh. Sebastian, don't get too close to Mr. Edgeworth. His foolish logic will make you dizzy. I find it poisonous and even guilty. I don't want that coming from you. Your logic is fucked! Look at him slide. He actually backed off. Don't give up, Mr. Edgeworth. Keep using your poison tongue like you always do. I must have evidence that shows how the normalium and fatalium were mixed. Red normalium and white fatalium were mixed, huh? What? I give up? It's not this simple, is it? I mean, this is like a fact. We just know this. They're not wanting us to present this, are they? Okay, good. I would have been pissed or slash disappointed if that was it, because that's like so obvious, but I don't really get what they're saying. I'm confused. I have no idea what they want me to show here. I don't get it. It's not this, is it? There's nothing white in here anyways. Fluorescent cloth? I don't think that has anything to do with it. There's nothing left. That's all my evidence. I guess I just keep trying shit until something says yes. I have no idea. What? Excuse me?